The main water purification stations in Taipei Metropolitan Area, including Changxing, Gongguan, and Zhitan, primarily source their water from the tributaries of Xindian River, namely Nansha River and Beisha River. Initially, in 1909, a water intake point was established downstream of Xindian River to supply the Taipei Headwater Point slow sand filtration plant. In 1945, another water intake point was set up upstream near the old intake point of Xindian River, supplying water to both the Taipei Headwater Point slow sand filtration plant and the Chonchu Mountain Water Purification Station. In 1965, a sluice gate was installed at Tsukang Weir, diverting some of the raw water through canals and tunnels for power generation at the Tsukang hydropower plant. The overflow water from Tsukang Weir was then supplied to the Changxing and Gongguan water purification stations. To increase and stabilize the water supply for these two stations, the Zhitan Weir was constructed and completed in 1976. The tailwater from the Tsukang hydropower plant, after being dammed by Zhitan Weir, was supplied to the Changxing and Gongguan water purification stations. Between the 1970s and 1980s, the population of the Greater Taipei Metropolitan Area surged, leading to an urgent need for increased domestic and industrial water supply. As symbols of urban civilization, public water supplies had to be carefully planned for the long term. Since Changxing and Gongguan water purification stations had no space for expansion, and the overflow from Tsukang Weir was still sufficient, it was decided to build the Zhitan Dam upstream of Zhitan Weir. A large-scale Zhitan Water Purification Station was constructed nearby, with water from the Zhitan Dam being delivered through the first raw water diversion tunnel. Additionally, to ensure a sufficient and clean raw water supply, water was gradually sourced further upstream. To guarantee an uninterrupted water supply for the Taipei Metropolitan Area, a large reservoir was built on Beisha River to regulate Taipei's water source. This reservoir, completed in 1987, is the internationally renowned Feitsui Reservoir. In 2009, Tsukang Weir was used as a headwater, with water being diverted through the aqueduct of Taiwan Power Company's Tsukang hydropower plant. The second raw water diversion work was set up, supplying raw water to the Zhitan Water Purification Station through the second raw water diversion pipe. To address the issue of turbid raw water, the Feitsui Raw Water Supply Tunnel project was initiated in 2015, with the Feitsui Raw Water Pipe crossing Zhitan Mountain to near Tsukang Weir, sharing the aqueduct of Taiwan Power Company's Tsukang hydropower plant, and diverting water to the second raw water diversion work, which then flows to the Zhitan Water Purification Station through the second raw water diversion pipe. Located near the confluence of Huangpu River and Xindian River, construction of the Zhitan Dam began in 1973 and was completed in 1978. The catchment area is 679.8 square kilometers, with an effective capacity of 1.7 million cubic meters. The Zhitan Dam is a gate-controlled overflow weir, with 7 arched sluice gates controlling and raising the water level. The floodgate heights are 10 meters and 12.5 meters, respectively. There are 2 intake gates at Zhitan Dam water intake point, each 4 meters wide and 3.7 meters high. The first raw water diversion tunnel, with a design capacity of 2.7 million cubic meters per day, directly supplies raw water to the Zhitan Water Purification Station, providing an average of up to 2.3 million cubic meters of raw water daily. The Zhitan Water Purification Station, located downstream of Zhitan Dam and upstream of Zhitan Weir, is surrounded by Xindian River on 3 sides and covers an area of 43 hectares. Thanks to the large volume of raw water directly supplied by Zhitan Dam daily, the Zhitan Water Purification Station provides over 70% of the domestic water for the Taipei Metropolitan Area, making it the largest water purification station in Taiwan. Concurrent with the construction of the Zhitan Water Purification Station, there was active planning for a large-scale regulating reservoir. Due to the growing industrial and commercial development in the Taipei Metropolitan Area and the increasing demand for water by the public, there were often water shortages during dry periods. Therefore, the construction of a large reservoir was proposed to meet the water needs of the Taipei Metropolitan Area. Due to the good geological conditions at the Feitsui Dam site, coupled with the abundant water flow of the Baisha River, it was suitable for dam construction and water storage. Therefore, the Feitsui Reservoir was built in the Feitsui Valley of the Baisha River. At that time, Premier Sun Yun-suyen decided to entrust the Feitsui Reservoir project to Taiwan Power Company, with the design and supervision by Sinatech Engineering Consultants and the construction by the Retsair Engineering Agency. It was the first large arch dam designed and constructed entirely by the capabilities of the nation's own people. In the history of our country's hydraulic engineering, it is considered a major project of epoch-making significance. Construction of the Feitsui Reservoir began in 1979 and was completed and operational in 1987. It is primarily a public water supply reservoir with additional benefits of power generation. The Feitsui Reservoir catchment area covers Pinglin, Shuangxi, Shiding, and Xindian districts in New Taipei City, with a total area of 303 square kilometers, about 30 kilometers from Taipei City Center. Its total capacity is approximately 406 million cubic meters, making it the second largest reservoir in Taiwan. The facilities of Feitsui Reservoir include the main dam, spillway, plunge pool, auxiliary dam, Feitsui hydropower plant, and stilling basin. The main dam is a tricore, bidirectional curved variable thickness concrete arch dam, constructed layer by layer using cable cranes. The dam is 122.5 meters high, with a volume of 703,675 cubic meters. The length of the dam crest is 510 meters, its width is 7 meters, and it stands at an elevation of 172.5 meters. There are 8 spillways on the dam crest, controlled by arched sluice gates, 3 scour sluices in the center of the dam body, and additional tunnel spillway at the base of the adjacent mountain, with a total discharge capacity of 9,870 cubic meters per second. The Zhitan Water Purification Station currently has 6 water purification facilities, completed in phases as needed and funded. The first facility was completed in 1984, the second in 1988, the third in 1991, and the fourth in 1995, each with a daily water purification capacity of 500,000 cubic meters. The fifth facility was completed in 2004, increasing the daily water purification capacity by 700,000 cubic meters, bringing the total processing capacity of the Zhitan Water Purification Station to 2.7 million cubic meters per day. In 2005, to ensure an ample water supply for Taipei Metropolitan Area, construction of the 6th water purification facility began. It was completed in 2013, with a daily water purification capacity of 700,000 cubic meters, increasing the total processing capacity of the Zhitan Water Purification Station to 3.4 million cubic meters per day. In 2009, a second raw water diversion pipe was added, sourcing water from Tsukung through the Taiwan Power Company's aqueduct, with a second raw water diversion work constructed to supply raw water to the Zhitan Water Purification Station. Due to the single headwater for the Zhitan Water Purification Station and extreme weather conditions, all 3 water intake points of the Xindian River were located downstream of the confluence of the Nansha and Baisha River. Heavy rains caused turbidity in the Nansha River, leading to a significant burden on the water purification process. A notable example was during the 2015 Typhoon Sadler, when heavy rains brought mud and silt, causing the turbidity of the raw water in the Nansha River to soar beyond the purification capacity of the water purification station, resulting in poor water quality. To improve the stability of the raw water intake for the Zhitan Water Purification Station, the Feitsui Raw Water Supply Tunnel project was actively promoted in 2015. A new stepped weir and water intake point were added about 400 meters upstream of the Feitsui No. 2 bridge on the Baisha River, to reduce the load of purifying raw water at the purification station. The Zhitan Water Purification Station includes 2 raw water tunnels, with the first and second raw water tunnel coming from the Zhitan Dam and Feitsui Reservoir, respectively. It also has 2 raw water grid discharge overflow wells, 2 raw water culverts, 2 water distribution wells, raw water pipe culverts, a raw water meter room, 6 flash mixers, 6 coagulation basins, 6 sedimentation tanks, 6 rapid sand filters, 6 clear water reservoirs, and a material storage area. Additionally, it has 2 clear water junction wells, 2 clear water transmission main pipeline, a wastewater basin, wastewater and sludge pumping stations, sludge sedimentation pool, a retention basin pumping station, 12 sludge thickeners, a recycling pool, a sludge dewatering machine room, 2 operation centers, 3 mechanical rooms, an operation room, an elevated water tower, a chemical dosing building, an operation control center building, a substation and diesel generator room, a water quality control center, a guard room, a main gate, dikes, and other facilities. Initially, raw water enters through 2 raw water diversion tunnels into the raw water grid discharge overflow wells for chemical treatment. Then, through the raw water culverts, the raw water is led into the distribution wells, distributing the water to the flash mixers of each water purification facility. Here, flash mixing operations produce floc particles in the raw water, which then enter the coagulation basins. Through stirring by the flocculators, smaller flocs combine into larger and heavier flocs. These then proceed to the sedimentation tanks for settling, separating larger impurities. Afterward, the water passes through the rapid sand filters, filtering out fine impurities and microorganisms, and flows into the clear water reservoirs. Through the clear water junction wells, the clear water is delivered via 2 clear water transmission main pipeline to various regional distribution reservoirs and booster stations, and then distributed to Taipei City, Xindian, Zhonghe, Yonghe, Sanchong, and 7 villages of Shiji District. Additionally, it connects to the Taiwan Water Corporation supply system, supporting water supply to Banqiao, Xinzhuang, Luzhou, Wugu, Bali, Tamsui, Sanji, and Xinping areas, responsible for supplying over 70% of the water for the Taipei Metropolitan Area. The Zhitan Water Purification Station transports sludge from the sedimentation tanks to the sludge treatment station. After processing through the equalization tank, flash mixer, and sludge thickener, the supernatant is discharged into the outfall basin and expelled through the outfall. The concentrated sludge is then treated through a conditioner and dewatering to form sludge cakes, which are further processed into red bricks, cement additives, etc. The filtrate is stored in a detention tank and recycled back to the equalization tank for reprocessing. In addition to actively seeking new water sources and building new water purification stations, the Taipei water supply system has continuously improved its existing plants. In 2003, sludge treatment equipment was added to the Gongguan Water Purification Station. In 2015, the horizontal east and west side water purification equipment of the Changqing Water Purification Station was updated, and in 2020, the first water purification equipment of the Zhitan Water Purification Station was updated, ensuring stable and safe water supply for 6 million people in the Taipei Metropolitan Area. Water is essential for human survival, and tap water is a symbol of human civilization. The Xindian River, the mother river of Taipei, has protected the people of the Taipei Metropolitan Area for over 100 years. The Taipei water supply system has grown from supplying water to 120,000 people in 1909 to 6 million people today, a 50-fold increase in the water-consuming population. To supply sufficient and clean water to the Taipei Metropolitan Area, public water supply experts and engineers have spared no effort, developing water sources from the lower to the upper reaches of the Xindian River, constructing weirs and reservoirs, and expanding the scale of water purification stations. They have successfully created the largest water purification station in Taiwan, making Taiwan's public water supply prominent in Asia. Today, as we enjoy clean tap water and look forward to a secure water supply until 2030, we should remember the source of our water and be grateful for the selfless dedication and efforts of our predecessors.